am dubious about this study. I mean, if you called me, it would depend on which day you called me and what I would say about how much I love at-home motherhood. Because like any job, I think that it's you have to take it as a total whole experience, and every day is not going to be perfect. So I'm a little dubious about the study.
But let's say, Rachel, for the sake of argument, you generally speaking are happy staying at home mom, right? Is it perhaps just something like any job? Some jobs are suitable for some people and not others. Are you just somebody for whom that stay-at-home mom job is the right choice?
For me, it works. I'm in the business of happy childhoods. And so for me, I feel like I have to be around to make that happen. I want to impart my values on my children. I want to spend time with them. And I think like any other thing you do, whether it's tennis or in your job, your practice, the more you do it, the better you are. And the better you are, the more you can enjoy it.
Okay.
And I think that
fair enough.
Being home allows
Michelle
me
wants to ring
know
in on
my
this.
kids
Go ahead,
better.
Michelle.
Well, what I want to say is I think what is so great is that, I mean, you have written a book for moms who are choosing and want to stay at home. That probably would be really helpful, because I think what this study showed was really looking at sort of the experience of the mother, right? Of them enjoying it and how that was for them. And if they were
a slightly different opinion. Juliet was more happy going to work. Is that right, Juliet? Staying at home?
I'm ecstatic about going to work. There's not a day that I'm not happy, you know, going to work.
We have an enthusiastic go to work mom. So
I really do.
Let me ask you this. And the one thing I've noticed is a certain amount of jealousy between oftentimes stay-at-home moms, or amongst stay-at-home moms and go-to-work moms, for various reasons. Do you have any, for the sake of polemic?
Well, I have to be honest.
Go.
I stayed home for about 18 months. And that was great bonding with my son. And I had my daughter at the same time. But now I work for Emory University, and I went back to work when she was about 3 months old. And I have just enjoyed the experience. I think I'm a happier person because I'm able to socialize. But I'm also able to spend time at home. I now have 18-month-old twins. So who doesn't have multiples at the same time? You just have absolutely no idea how busy you can be. And
wow.
I think the fact that I'm able to get out of the house 2 to 3 days a week to work in a productive, happy environment with people that are like-minded.
Is it accurate that you have some control over how much going and coming you have? I mean, in other words, it sounds like you have a little control over your schedule, so you can kind of stay home when you want to. Is that accurate?
Right. I work about 3 days a week out of the house.
Okay.
And
so
I'm able
I
to
get
spend
it.
the other
You
days
run.
at
You
home.
run out of your house screaming to get away from the twins. I understand.
That's not exactly true.
I understand. Well,
I run out of my house screaming.
Right.
I almost ran out of my house screaming today.
Tonight. And you have how old is your daughter? She's 14?
I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
8-year-old. Okay.
And I was crazy trying to get here.
Imagine if you didn't have work to retreat to. Imagine if you didn't have that other thing to have a sense of yourself in the world other than mom.
Well, and I think behind every happy working mother, there is a really supportive, wonderful working father.
Sure.
Usually.
There has to
I mean,
be.
and if it's a dual working family.
Right.
I mean, I couldn't do what I do unless my husband was willing to shift at times his schedule.
Well, but let's hats off to the working moms that have to do it alone. I mean,
yes,
it's
absolutely.
Now, Ramona,
I have to agree.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I have to definitely agree. I have a very, very supportive family. My husband is wonderful. And without his support, I'm also a grad student. I'm also trying to do my master's in public health. And without his support, without family support, I would have gone crazy.
Okay, so we've established
that, you need
Juliet is bipolar manic. That's how she's able to manage all this. But hang on a second. Hang on. I want to turn to Ramona, who is mixed, who sits on both sides of the fence. Is that right, Ramona?
Oh, I'm definitely in the middle in this whole category because I was a stay-at-home mom, and I definitely was, a working mom at one time and at this present time. So I'm kind of basically in the middle because I've had both sides of the coin, and I know what it is to look at each side and have an opinion on both. And it's a hard call,
Well, let me bring this one thing up, and that is what I've observed. I've now the second time I'm going to bring this up to you guys, and you're avoiding the topic because it's polemic, and the question is, I've seen this tension that develops. There's jealousy on both sides of working moms and stay-at-home moms.
This is
Am I wrong? Have you not seen
I
it?
disagree with you, Dr. Drew. I don't feel that.
It must be because there's a man in the mix. You're just going to attack the man. That's what this has to be.
No.
Because I've seen this over and over again.
But your guest
I think I've heard that argument.
What your guest
I've
touched
heard that
on is
argument.
that working moms get validation. And at-home moms don't get that unless they have really awesome husbands who really fill in that gap. And I think that's what all women want is validation, whatever they decide to do.
All humans want, right?
Sadly, our culture.
All right, let's do this. Let's go to a caller. We actually are going to take calls. We're going to do this in the next segment as well. So let's go to caller Martha in Georgia. Martha, go ahead.
Drew,
Martha.
I think that a lot of the working, I don't think that they're happier necessarily. I think that they tell themselves that, more or less, just to kind of, hide the feelings, the mixed feelings. I think it's so much better to stay at home, to watch your children, and, you have to do without a lot and give a lot more than you ever thought you would. But it's worth it to ensure your child is raised the way you want it to be.
All right, Martha, hold on. Now, the three of you, I know you want to ring in.
Please.
Go ahead,
Yes,
please.
please.
Go ahead.
Honey, I just want to tell you that I'm ecstatic. I am happy. I want to let you know that I'm happy. I'm not missing anything out. I think I have the best of both worlds because I do work part-time. Being a mother is the hardest job that I have ever had. But I enjoy working. I'm able to spend time with my children. I'm able to do events with them. I'm happy. Maybe you're not. I'm quite happy.
Hang on. I'm going to give you, Michelle, we're going to keep this conversation going. I'm going to give Michelle the last word here. You tried to say something to me about the fight between stay-at-home and...
I think that there is the problem is this needs to be a different paradigm. This is not working mothers against stay-at-home moms.
It shouldn't be, but you guys frame it that way.
I don't think we do. I think the media wants to. I think politicians want to. I think other...
What?
Absolutely.
I think women are tougher on each other than anybody else, and it's time they stop that. That's what I'm saying.
I think our systems in our society are not set up to support, which what we know is that 69% of our dual working income families with children 18 and younger. That's where the tension and the stress comes.
That's
because
what we'll pick up
we're not set up to be in reality.